different sheaths of the body. And you have the most basic sheath is the annamaya kosha, the sheath that's made of food, literally, of rice. And that is the muscles and bones, this physical body. The second one's the pranamaya kosha. That's the sheath of the body that's made of shakti, of energy, or prana. So and this is the dwelling place of the hatha yoga. It's like you're in the world of prana, of energy within the body, life force in this microcosm. Okay, so that your endeavor is to draw a magic circle around yourself and withdraw inwards to observe the energy within and to learn to move it and be with it and shape it and steer it and open it up. Okay, and the hatha yoga is the means to that. So so that energetic body means that there's a whole network. They call it 72,000. There's 72,000 nadis in this body, which means nadi is a channel for life force, sort of like a nerve channel, but it's energy that's flowing in throughout the body, a whole network. And the Hatha Yoga Pradipika says it in so many places. Those nadis, they're seen as clogged, as not free. There's not prana flowing through. Okay? And that's part of the reason why you can't start just sitting with meditation, because there's not the free flow of prana throughout the body. And so part of hatha yoga, of the asanas, the pranayama, the mudras, is in nadi cleansing, just freeing all those channels. And that's what I'm saying is the body is like a whole circuit of energy, this whole circuitry throughout the whole microcosm. And so hatha yoga helps you to light up that circuitry entirely. The full body lights up, becomes infused and intelligent with prana. Such a beautiful image, very important image to work with. And why I'm correcting you as I am is that partly what is happening is that the body, only parts of the circuitry is lit up. Some parts are sleeping and dark. And we're trying to get the whole thing to light up. And the word mudra comes into play here, which is, it means to seal. It means several things, but in one, it means a seal. And so through mudra, you seal in that prana. And part of sealing in the prana is to light up the entire circuitry. And when that happens, then you become immovable. The body stops shifting and dodging and needing to change. Becomes, wow, that's asana. So beautifully placed. And the consciousness that comes with that. And so then they go on to say that out of those 72,000 nadis, there's only one that's important. The rest are useless. They just throw those rest, the 69 or the 71,999 other ones. And that's this Sushumna. And that's why it's called Sushumna, most glorious. So that's the central axis. From the perineum through the crown of the head. The center one is the most important. And so your work is to concentrate your awareness here. Concentrate your breathing here. They talk about the two ends of that glorious channel. The base, the origin, and the peak of it. Up, and down here. And so the base of it's called Muladhara. The mula, we know from Mula Bandha. It's the root or the foundation or the seat. And so that place is so important. That's the origin of the glorious axis. And you want to awaken Muladhara. So awaken Mula's root, Dhara. That word means support. Whom? So the root support. This part awakens. And Mula Bandha is known as the redirection of Apana Vayu upwards. Okay, so then that brings the breath into the play of things. Which means that you have the breath pattern, inhalation and exhalation, alternating, opposing rhythm. And they call the prana, the life force, when it comes inside the body, when it becomes in from the boundary of skin inwards, it's called vayu. And it gets 5 divisions, 5 regions in the body. Those divisions, the most important, they say, out of those 5, there's 2 that are the highest agents. It's very key. The highest agents. And that is Apana Vayu, which is the out-breath pattern, and Prana Vayu, which is the in-breath pattern. And so, and each Vayu out of the 5 has a region in the body, a territory that it governs. It's like, so that Apana Vayu, it's a governor, it's known as. And it's a governor from the navel to the pelvic floor. Okay, so this whole lower abdomen area, it's governed by Apana, by the energy of the out breath. And that gets, meaning it's a downward and inward cohesive centripetal force. Very strong, downward, pattern. And so Mula Bandha is the redirecting of that downward force of the out breath upwards. So it's a sealing, a containing of prana within the body. And that ability to do that is partly what awakens Muladhara, awakens this support from the base. Okay, then what happens when you redirect apana upwards is that it goes to this middle vayu, here at the belly, and it starts to heat up. It creates a friction or a heat. And that heat then awakens Kundalini. And that is the Shakti, the prana, that's sleeping at the base. And she wakes up and goes up the glorious axis. And so that's a symbol of this energetic awakening that happens through the practice. That vinyasa movement is simply breathing in and breathing out. It's the patterns that follow from breathing in and breathing out. Okay, and so and we've looked a little bit at one part of that out-breath pattern, the aponic pattern. Okay? And then there's the opposite, the in-breath pattern. So that the vayu pattern it's called prana. If it wasn't confusing enough, they confuse even more by making one of the vayus prana vayu. But that's what it is. It's just one of those vayus, and it's from the diaphragm to the collarbones. And that's all this area. So apana's down here, prana's up here. And it's the in-breath pattern. It's upward and expansive. This way. And apana is downward and inward and going to the base.